A question for you, Eamon. I don't think anybody's asked this yet, but what do you now think of Dan Woooooton? What do you think of him now? The reason I ask Eamon is I know he's a bit of an oppo of yours, or has been. I know he's a fellow presenter on the same news channel as you. But you and him did that piece about Schofield before Schofield finally got taken down, where he came and interviewed you. I think it might have been at your home, for your thoughts on the Schofield thing. Now, you were happy enough to do a big thing on Schofield because he was a bully, he treated people badly, and he'd done things he shouldn't have with a young, impressionable person. And you were saying that he wasn't as he seemed, and he was conning his bosses and conning the public. You used to work with Schofield. Old Dan WoooOton, from what we can gather now, he's done lots of the same and much more. I mean, part of what he's done is bullying people, treated people badly. He's hid behind it all at GB, come across as a holier-than-thou and a really nice person. He's been after the Schofields of the world and the Edwards and everybody before them and wanted them to lose the job and so on and so forth, and wanted the truth to come out. Turns out that old Danny boy, from what we're seeing, is very much like Schofield as a person, only much worse in that, as we said earlier, he's been getting people to film others, having sex and what have you. He's done lots of bad things. He wasn't married at the time. I think he had a boyfriend, boyfriends. He's not been married as Schofield was. He's not lied about his sexuality as Schofield did. There might be no young boys involved, but there may be, we don't know. But he comes across as a really nasty bit of work. Now, I know you was happy to be interviewed and to talk about Schofield, an ex-colleague of yours. He was ex. Woooton is going to be ex in the end because he's not going to last there much longer. But whether he lasts there or not, are you happy to discuss Woooton and how you now feel about Woooton? If somebody comes and interviews you, if somebody... Is it Michelle Dubry? She looks pretty much on the ball, pretty good. She's one of your co-presenters. Does she call herself Jubes? If Jubes comes out and has a chat to you about Woooton, are you likely to give us your thoughts there? Not your thoughts as were when he was dealing with you about Schofield, and your thoughts that are now. You've been in reporting for many a year. You know all about it. You know often there's no smoke without fire. You do know sometimes people come forward and sell stories and there's no truth to them at all. But with the amount of stuff that's out there now, Eamon, do you believe that old Dan Woooton is 100% decent, honourable, honest? Do you believe that it's all lies that people are spinning? Do you believe it's all lies? Do you believe he still should be in his job at GB News? Do you still believe he should be there on a nightly basis spouting about others and judging people? What do you think? I'd love someone to come and have a word with you now, Eamon, and let us know what you think about old Dan. You were happy enough to do it for Schofield. I'd like to know whether you'd do it for Dan, and tell us what you think. It'd be great to hear your thoughts, Eamon. It really would. And just a thought from me that, I know it's unlikely to happen because he still works there, and I know you work for GB as he does. In fact, there's another question. How do you feel about working for a company that's employed somebody that's that creepy and on the face of it done that much, that wrong, and at the moment is being kept in a job? He's still presenting to us on a nightly basis. How would you feel if you were on Talk News? Would you talk about him now, or want to be talking about him? If you were on ITV News, where you used, on This Morning, how would you feel knowing that somebody on GB News that's throwing loads and loads of mud at This Morning, who hypothetically you could still be working for, yet he's keeping his job? I'm sure you'd have something to say if you were on ITV at this moment in time. I'd love to know your thoughts, Eamon. I really would. That's it from me today about Woooton. There's nothing more, ladies and gents. What have we got today? Let's see what we've got today. We're doing a very small piece again on Mason Greenwood. Very small, because things have happened today. A little bit on Amir Khan. A little bit on our pal Jordan. Oh, we all like Jordan. Something on, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio. But again, only a very small piece. And something on David, me hands held out, Beckham. If you've got any checks for me, I'll take them by all means. And that'll be it for the rest of the day. I can't find anything more today. Have a good day, everybody, by the way.